Good morning, and I guess Chag Sameach. I don't know if we say Chag Sameach on this day, but for me it is. Today is Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day. Primarily celebrated in Israel, but I celebrate it for sure. You know, guys, I think it was like 10 years ago, I was sitting and learning with this guy, learning Torah, obviously, with this guy in Brooklyn, actually, when I had just moved back from Israel. And he's, like a black hat guy, yeshivish, kind of flatbush guy. And we were talking about the whole Zionism thing and Yom Ha'atzmaut and all that kind of stuff. And he said to me, Tzvi, he's like, I gotta tell you, in my opinion, the holiday that should be celebrated more, and he says the holiday that I would even celebrate if I was in Israel and in general, instead of Yom Ha'atzmaut, would probably be Yom Yerushalayim. Because Yom Yerushalayim is when we liberated Jerusalem, specifically the old city of Jerusalem, specifically where, the Temple Mount is and where the Kotel is, and just the Jewish quarter, which we did not have for, well over 1900 years. It was occupied and colonized by all kinds of Muslim caliphates, and then eventually came to be under the Ottomans, and then eventually came to be under, it was never really under the British, because then it was under even when the British were administering over Israel, or occupying Israel, it was under the Jordanians. So, in 1967, I don't even know if we had a plan to do so, but we were attacked by 5 armies. And in 6 days, with the help of Hashem, with a lot of help of Hashem, I think it was mostly Hashem, if not all Hashem, we liberated the old city of Jerusalem. That was one of the things we liberated, and also Judea and Samaria. So guys, Yom Yerushalayim is not just about the old city of Jerusalem, it's also about all the little cities and towns, even big cities in Judea and Samaria today that Jews live in, and we're talking about 600,000, maybe even more, 700,000. We're going to get up to 1 million soon. Jews who are obviously citizens of Israel, who vote, who contribute to the state, who fight in the army, who work in high tech, who grow vineyards and make wine, do all kinds of things. Even though they are Shomer Shabbat, they are religious. But these are the people, my friends, who serve in the army. A lot, I would say 50% of the guys who have fallen in Gaza are from this area, from Judea and Samaria, and also from Jerusalem. So it's a significant day, guys. One of my rabbis, or one of my teachers, let's say, I can't say I speak to him so often, but he said that in 1967, when the Jews basically took back the old city of Jerusalem, a portal opened up, a spiritual portal. And I say, Tzvi, well, we took back the Temple Mount, we gave it back to the Waqf, we gave it back to the Jordanians. Okay, yes, we did. Stupidly, but if you guys look at what transpired after 67, what happened after 67? The Baal Tshuva movement started. People started coming back to Torah. The Jews who lost Torah because of just persecution, because of this, because of that, got cut off from in their families. People started coming back. People in America, people really all over the world. If you look at the world in general, the world was starting to get more spiritual, right? Seeking spirituality. The world started waking up to, okay, well, maybe it's not just about material wealth and material physicality. It's about other things, right? The only thing is, you could say, well, it happened kind of a little bit of a misguided way. If you take away the Jewish world, people started searching for all sorts of things in all sorts of places. a lot of Jews started searching in places not non-Torah places like Buddhism, etc. That's when this whole kind of thing of Jews getting into Buddhism started, really, in the 60s and 70s. You know, there was even a book written by Akiva Tatz called "Letters to a Buddhist Jew." You guys should read it. Recommend it. So yeah, a portal opened up. You know, Lubavitcher Rebbe. That's when he started his tefillin campaigns around for soldiers and just in general around the world, everywhere. Now you guys see, you walk around somewhere and you see a little young Chabad kid putting on tefillin. That whole thing started in 1967, guys. You know, in the merit of the soldiers succeeding in the 6-Day War. So, also I would say, a lot of the people who ever learned Torah in any of the many yeshivot, many houses of study in the Old City, which are also a lot of them are institutions that are geared towards people coming back to the Torah from a secular background. A lot of that's happened because we were able to take back, the Old City. You have all these institutions: Eish Torah, Birkat Torah, diaspora, diaspora yeshiva. There's another one called Oraita, which is more like Rav Kook. There's there's the yeshiva there. I'm just naming a few off the top of my head. Ovadia Yosef, Ben Porat Yosef, the one Ovadia Yosef ran or opened. So there's so many. My friend Ben Packer, Heritage House, who helps soldiers who are just kind of starting out, or lone soldiers rather. So from America. So yeah, guys, there's so many things that go on just in the Old City of Jerusalem alone. And it all goes back to, when we liberated the place, right? And now that it's Jewish, we were able to rebuild. There's a big synagogue there that was bombed out by the Jordanians. We were able to rebuild it, Hurva Synagogue, which is, by the way, the one that Ramban, there's a Ramban synagogue, I think it's part of it. Ramban Nachmanides when he came back to Israel in when was this, 1200s, 1300s? And he was there, right? My friends, I mean, we clearly understand that this is the foundation of everything, right? This is the foundation of everything. I have a friend who I was roommates with. He grew up there. His parents made Aliyah, and they bought an apartment there when nobody was buying an apartment. I'm talking about like early 80s. Nobody was buying apartments in the Old City of Jerusalem. You had to be insane. And now today, if you ask people how much is your apartment, if you wanted to sell it, they're like, first of all, it'd be stupid to sell it. Second of all, if I wanted to sell it, it would be in the tens of millions, right? Priceless. I have a friend, a rabbi. He has a beautiful rooftop and a view of. He could see Har Bayit. He always says, when the temple is going to be built and/or come down, I'm going to have a front row seat to that. When I lived the last time I lived in Israel, I was living in a neighborhood called Abu Tor, and I could go to about a block away from my house. I can go to this open area. It's actually they call it the Hill of Evil Council, but I don't know what its formal name is really. So there I could see the entirety of Har Bayit. I could see the Temple Mount and the dome and everything. And also from there I would have a front row seat. It's like a 20-minute walk away to the Old City. So yeah, guys, today's a very, very special day in world history, really, in Jewish history for sure. And honestly, I think it's even probably more significant than Yom Ha'atzmaut. Yeah, Yom Ha'atzmaut. Yeah, of course we kicked out the British, people who were occupying our land, who also did a lot of nasty things, since the turn of the 20th century, just administratively and all kinds of things. And then, immediately what happened was the Arabs, all these Arab armies attacked us, right? They didn't want to live in peace. We said, yeah, we even said we'll partition the land. And they're like, no, we're not going to partition the land with you. We don't want to share it with you. Let's go to war. And then, we fended them off, so to speak. We declared independence. And then, 19 years after that, they decided to attack us again. Led by Nasser, led by the way, the president of Mitzrayim, the president of Egypt, modern day incarnation of Egypt. And Baruch Hashem, with Hashem's help, we miraculously, we destroyed their entire air force on the first day, basically. And then we defeated pretty much all these armies that were amassed against us. 5 of them, or maybe more. I want to say five solid ones, and then like a few from different other Arab countries, Arab nation states. And then again at 73. The only thing I will say, guys, we stupidly gave back, the Temple Mount to the Waqf, the Jordanian, this organization. But you could say, honestly, maybe we weren't ready for, to build a temple at that time. So what are we going to hold the Temple Mount for, right? We're not going to destroy that mosque anyway. We were not going to do that. So yeah. Today, my friends, for the last few years, more and more people have been going up to the Temple Mount, specifically on Tisha B'Av, on the 9th of Av. And, finally our government is kind of relenting, especially the government that we have in today. Not that I'm a big fan of the Israeli government or the current, coalition or whatever, but more and more people have been going up, been able to pray there without being, necessarily arrested, just for the saying the Shema, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Just for that, you get arrested over there. It's almost like Soviet Union in a way. So things are happening, right? We don't have the temple just yet. Excuse me. Oh. We don't have the temple just yet. A lot of pollen. It's May, month of May. But things are progressing. So yeah, guys, it's a really big. I would say it's a really big light. See how big the light is? You have to sneeze at it. It's a really big light that shines on a day like today, into the world for the Jewish people. It also happens to be that today's Memorial Day. There's Yom Yerushalayim doesn't always fall out on Memorial Day in America, obviously. It's the 28th of Iyar. That's when Yom Yerushalayim is, the end of the month of Iyar. A lot of interesting things happened in the month of Iyar, just for the state of Israel, the modern state of Israel. Yom Ha'atzmaut, Yom HaZikaron, etc. So a lot of things are kind of, so to speak, Lag BaOmer. By the way, there are connections between Lag BaOmer, which I won't get into, and the state of Israel. There are. So basically we have today, we have the 28th of Iyar, and then in a couple of days we're gonna have Shavuot. We're gonna have the month of Sivan, actually, a couple of days, and then Shavuot next Sunday. But today, at least I guess for me, it's a special day. Not only it's a special day, but it's a day where I most pine to be in Israel. It's interesting, like the holidays that are mostly celebrated in Israel. This is the one. Even I would say Yom Ha'atzmaut is celebrated. Even like they have events here in New York and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes not even on the day of Yom Ha'atzmaut, but like the weekend after or whatever it is. So it's very like general, what I call general Zionistic, right? It's in the consciousness of a lot of Jews here in America also, right? But Yom Yerushalayim is a very, very, it seems to be today a very Israel-specific holiday, and not only Israel-specific, but specific to a particular group of, demographic in Israel that celebrates it, which is mostly Dati Leumi people, religious Zionist folks. particularly like if you're in Jerusalem today, Jerusalem is like amazing. Parades, events, this, that. There's gonna be, I think, no, last night there was dancing in like next to the Kota. There was dancing, which I've been to before. It's awesome, and it's interesting. Trump sent what's her name, Kristi Noem, to Israel, and she met with Mike Huckabee actually last night. So they did a whole thing for Jerusalem Day, which is like that. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think the American administration ever sent anybody specifically for Jerusalem Day, for the like the conquering or the retrieval by the Jews of Jerusalem, to commemorate such a day. Never happened. So my friends, now America has recognized this event, and I have a feeling, by the way, I mean, I should have said this at the top of this video, I have a feeling that given what I just described, what I just mentioned about this day, and about really what it represents, I have a feeling now that the American administration recognizes this day, there's going to be a big bracha, big blessing for this country that I'm in right now, and Bezrat Hashem, the light should be, more and more light should be revealed, and hopefully soon, maybe even before Shavuot, maybe this week, or maybe like right after Shavuot, or maybe, I don't know, sometime around Shavuot, Mashiach will come, because to be honest with you guys, after Shavuot, what do we have? We have the summer, and we have the 3 weeks, 17th of Tammuz, and then we have the Tisha B'Av. And honestly, I can't, I know that I'm not alone in the sentiment where I literally cannot commemorate another Tisha B'Av ever again. Or I would like the next Tisha B'Av, 9th of Av, to be a happy day and not a sad day. Not the saddest day in the Hebrew calendar, but the happiest day, where there's building and not destruction, and where there's life and not death. So, Bezrat Hashem, guys. All right, Yom Yerushalayim, and I guess if I don't talk to you, I probably will talk to you. But have a good week, Shavuot Tov, and speak soon.